What do you think? Start your day? Sure, why not? Feels a little bit muggy, but there's also a little bit of dew in the grass. So there might have been a little radiational cooling last night. Mixed sky, altocumulus, altostratus, and a high-speed ferry, which is going to hit the gas right now because he just passed the no-wake can. Oh, he's not in a hurry. Okay, so he's ahead of schedule. Blue sky, patchy clouds, chance of a shower. That's our Thursday forecast. What day is this? Friday, excuse me. Wind out of the west-southwest. We got a weak front coming through this afternoon. Hit or miss showers are mostly a miss. It's some pretty good thunderstorms in northern Maine. That's where the front is a little stronger. The big picture features excessive heat today from Texas to Kentucky, and along the northern edge of that heat we've had flash flooding and huge thunderstorms. Chris Gloninger last night covering it in Iowa. Those have since moved into Missouri and Illinois. Satellite image shows the bulbous clouds, towering cumulonimbus, well off to our west-southwest. That heaviest rain is going to miss to the south. Here is the 60-hour precipitation forecast, and you can see in New England, not much going on. Just going to turn beautiful again. It's just amazing, even though we've been averaging about 3 degrees above normal this week, the first week of July. It's been a dry heat, which is nice. Oh, we have the first flowers of the lettuce. Technically, I guess now that's a weed, but no, this flower I like here, even though it's crowding out the tomatoes. I broke off a couple of tops of tomatoes accidentally trying to refit them into the cage. And we did have a sighting of that white, is it a moth or a butterfly? It was in the chicory, it was right in here. They love all this green stuff. Who doesn't? And I got a photograph of one right about in there. I looked up the difference between a moth and a butterfly. There's a great video called Eco Sapien, different between a moth and a butterfly. I think it's from the UK. Anyhow, the announcer says a moth has a clubbed bulbous antennae, and that's what I saw on mine, a clubbed bulbous antennae. And more searches on Google indicate it was probably a cabbage butterfly, not moth. I'll give you the video after I'm done talking here. Been harvesting peas like crazy. They're going to be thinning out, and even though it looks like there's promising future buds there, those probably will not make it to plant. T-Rex, you get your hair up over there. What's going on? He's onto a scent. You tell him, Rex, don't come near my tomatoes. So not a lot of weather to talk about, so I talk more about gardening. It's not going to rain in my garden for a while. There was a joke in the Stowe Reporter. It says, people in northern Vermont have been locking their car doors in fear that their neighbors were going to put zucchini in their cars while they weren't looking. Everyone's got zucchini. That's one plant, or maybe 2 plants in there, and they just come 1 or 2 a day. So anybody want a zucchini? That's a cardinal singing. All right, these are poke inkberry weed. You're out. Taking over my poor peony. As for wind and surf, there's not much of it going on. High pressure is going to go to our north, and that means the wind comes in from the east and the northeast. Rex, that's enough. We're talking surf. Should do a surf cast, but there's no surf to talk about. So anyhow, in the coastal areas at the beaches, it almost feels chilly this weekend with a temperature in the 70s with an onshore breeze on the east-facing shores, offshore at the south coast from the probably east and northeast. And water temperature is now in the 60s. The air temperature will be in the 70s, low 80s inland as the dew point goes down into the 40s again on Sunday. Just an amazing stretch here. So much of the country getting heavy weather, but in New England we've been blessed sort of maybe on the backside of this high pressure system next Tuesday and Wednesday. We have a chance for some 90s. It does not look enough duration for a heat wave, but probably in the low to mid 90s Tuesday into Wednesday before the next chance of showers and thunderstorms and some nice drier air again from Canada for next weekend. Moth or butterfly? Usually when you see one, you see a couple. Oh, see that guy? That looks pretty mothy to me. It's on chicory, next to these beautiful roses. I don't remember the story about these roses, but they came in a cup at Christmas, our first Christmas here, 2016. They just keep on coming. Oh, he's on the pea plant now. Identify yourself. While we're on the subject of these beautiful roses, at the beginning of the season I probably told you that those were going to be my favorite, even though these Winston roses bloomed first. Those other ones would come in later and last longer. And I mentioned that maybe would prune some roses. So what you do with the pruning, Rex, you want to watch here, the old buds go down to the next 5-leafed branch and just snip right above there. And so a new bud will come out. You can usually get 2 to 3 blooms of a rose plant. So again, it doesn't have to be the bottom 5-leaf. Jack Ewell taught me that. We had this segment on TV, gardening, back in the late 80s. Jack was a caretaker at Rosecliff in Newport, Rhode Island, and also at the University of Rhode Island. Watch out, Rex, falling roses. It's a rose cliff. What do you think? You think there's something interesting out here to bark at?